boys and girls. Welcome back. Terrific Tuesday to you. Before we get started, remember you want to make sure you have your workspace book, something to write with, pencil, pen, marker, crayon, whatever you can get your hands on, and your laptop, okay? So yesterday, remember we were talking about Amanda Bean's amazing dream, and one of the things we added that was new was we talked about rows. So let's just review that really quickly. That rows can represent equal groups of things, and you might remember that from 3rd grade as being called arrays, okay? And we're going to do some more with this. All right, so let's say we had 2 windows in a row, and I had 4 rows of windows. Okay, so I have, first of all, I can write this as an addition equation. So I can write 2 for this first row, 2 for the next row, 2 for in this row, and 2 in this row. 2, 4, 6, 8, which would give me a total of 8. Then remember we can label and use our multiplication equation when talking about rows. So remember, rows go this way. A row of 2, a row of 2, a row of 2, and a row of 2. And remember, you can actually like circle those and see that that's an equal group. This row is also representing an equal group. This row is representing an equal group. And this row is representing an equal group. So how many equal groups or rows do I have? I have 4 rows of 2 windows, which would also equal 8. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday. Today, we're going to be working some more in our workspace book, and we're not going to use Amanda Bean's amazing dream. Instead, we're going to use our list of things in the real world that come in 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. And if you remember, those are in your workspace books on page 13 and 14. All right? So if you want to refer back to that, you can. Right now, though, I'm going to have you go ahead and turn to page 20, because I'm going to model for you how we're going to solve this type of problem here. All right, so let's read the directions along with me. You should be on page 20. I'm reading the directions along the top here, okay? Directions. Step 1, you've got to read the word problem. There are 5 bikes. Each has 2 wheels. How many wheels are there in all? Then you're going to write the multiplication equation. Notice they wrote 5 times 2 equals something. Then you're going to show how you solve it. In this case, they just counted by 2s 5 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then they finally wrote the answer in the box. All right. So our first step is to read the word problem. I'm going to go ahead and write the word problem on the board because we're going to use that same structure of a word problem throughout today's lesson. So there are 7 tricycles. Now remember, tricycles is on our things that come in groups of 3. 3 wheels on a tricycle, and last week we talked about that prefix tri meaning 3, and that actually means 3 wheels, okay? Each has 3 wheels. How many wheels in all? All right, so remember that step 2 in the directions says to write a multiplication equation. So I'm going to write 7 groups of 3 wheels each. And remember, we don't know the answer yet, so I'm going to draw this box to hold a blank space for my answer. All right, so the step 3 was figure it out. So I'm going to do repeated addition. I'm going to try to lower this a little bit so you can see down here a little bit better. All right, so I have 3 wheels on one tricycle, 3 wheels on another tricycle, and I'm going to represent 7 tricycles, each with 3 wheels on them. Okay, and you just want to double check, make sure you have the right number of threes. I have 7 threes. All right, so now I can combine threes because we're pretty good with our doubles. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. And then I've got this lone 3 at the end. Okay, now I can combine my 6's. 6 plus 6 is 12. And then 6 plus 3 is 9. All right, so I'm going to show you a little mental math here. I know that 12 plus 10 is 22. 9 is one less than that, so this must be 21. And our final step is to write our answer in the box. Okay, so you should have written this along with me in your book. So where it says the equation, this would be your equation. They already wrote the word problem for you, and then you have to model your solution and your thinking. All right, we're going to do a few more like this. So I'm just going to erase the numbers out and the words. Because remember, we're using the same word problem structure for each problem. Okay, so going back to my list, I'm going to think about things that come in groups of 4. All right, so when I look at my list of things that come in groups of 4, I know that wheels on cars come in groups of 4. So I'm going to say there are 6 cars, and we know a car each has 4 wheels. So I'm going to want to know how many wheels in all again. All right, so the next step is to write my multiplication equation. 6 cars, that's the group, because they come in a group of 4 wheels on each car. So 4 wheels. I don't know my solution yet. All right, so now I'm going to represent my problem. And you could be writing this along with me in the blank space on that page 20. You could work it out right there. Okay, so I need to repeatedly add the number 4 6 times. 4 wheels on one car, 4 wheels on another car, until I get up to 6 cars. All right, now to show our figuring. I'm going to do 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. All right, so now I can add my 8's together. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 8 more. And if you need a little help with that, we can do 16 plus 8 over on the side. 6 plus 8 is 14, and we regroup our 10. So we get a total of 24 wheels. Our final step is to write in the solution. 6 times 4 equals 24, or there's 24 wheels on 6 cars. All right, let's try one more. Just erasing those parts because we're going to use all these same parts again. This time I'm going to go to the list of things that come in groups of 5, things that come in 5s. So when I look back at my list on those page 13 and 14, I see that things that come in groups of 5 are toes. Well, what do toes come on? Feet. So let's say there are 6 feet, and each foot has 5 toes. And I'm going to look for how many toes in all. That's step 1. Reading the word problem. Step 2 is writing the multiplication equation. So I have 6 groups, 6 feet with 5 toes on each foot. And I'm going to leave that box there because I don't know the solution yet. Okay, so I'm going to write 5 toes on one foot, 5 toes on another foot, until I get up to 6 feet represented. saying 6 and I'm writing 6. Okay. So now skip counting by fives is very easy. It's something you guys have been doing since kindergarten, so that should not be a problem for us. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there are a total of 30 toes on 6 feet. Okay? So you're going to complete 2 problems just like this on page 21 of your workspace book. Page 21 of your workspace book. Some more wheel problems. You're going to fill in the boxes just like this, and that's what you're going to share with your teacher tomorrow. I'm also going to show you, because also part of your homework, let me show you up here, is you're going to go to page 11 and 12. And right after I get off of this, I'm going to just review with you the rules for playing Circle and Stars Capture. Remember, we did that last week, and that was with our fancy cards. You guys have this digitally, so I'm going to remind you how to do this afterwards with the circles and stars, and whoever has the highest amount gets to keep their cards. And you're going to record that on page 11 and 12 in your workspace book. 11 and 12, and then you're going to complete page 21. I'm also going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the tiles in the HMH digital tools. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.